Hi, boys and girls, and welcome to Learning with Miss Nancy. Today, I'm going to talk about high frequency words, or what we call sight words. These are words that you'll have to learn because they will be in your life for the rest of your life. It doesn't matter if you're 2 years old or 102 years old, these are words that you will see every day in text. You will see them in books, in magazines, in dictionaries, on text messages. You'll see them on the computer, on your iPad. You'll see them on billboards when you're taking road trips with your family. You'll see these words when you go to the market, to the doctor, to the playground. They're everywhere. And when you start writing, you'll use these words all of the time. That's why they're called high frequency words or sight words. These are words that you learn by sight. You don't have to sound them out, you learn them by sight. Yes, using your beautiful eyeballs, okay? Words like the, and, me, you, to, for, we, us. All of those types of words are called sight words. And I'm going to introduce you to 3 sight words today. These are words that you see in every type of text that you read. Now you may say, well, that's the letter A. A. Well, it's the letter A. But when you're writing it and reading it in text, you pronounce it as What is it? Right. And how do you spell A. Very good. The word is and how do you spell it? A. Very good. The second sight word I'm going to introduce to you is the. Say it. The. Very good. Let's spell it. T-H-E. Excellent. The word is the. Say it again. The. Wonderful. And the third sight word is and. Say it. And. Great. Let's spell it. A-N-D. And it spells and. Very good. So these are 3 sight words for today. The first word is very good. The second word is the. Excellent. And the third word is and. Very good. Now, I have some books here. One of my books is called Skin Color, Cookie Color, Sugary Sweet to Me. Here are 2 sight words, to and me. See? Right on the cover of a book. Here's another book written by Miss Nancy. I don't know why. There's a big sight word right there. The pronoun I. Right on the cover of a book. How about this? Written by my sister Deborah Hatchett. A mouse in my house. There's yours, one of the sight words I just introduced you to. It's there you go. In my. Look at all those sight words right on the title cover of the book. Here's another book. Boys, It's Time for Bed. Written by my daughter, Akeisha Harris. Look, and it's called The Harris Boys Chronicles. There's one of the sight words I just introduced you to. The, right? Boys, it's time for. There's another sight word. For. So they're all over. All over. Okay? So, let's review our sight words one more time. I'm going to mix them up and make sure that you know them. Let's try. Yes. And. Very good. And how do you spell and? A-N-D. You are so smart. The word is the. Yes. How do you spell it? T-H-E. Fabulous. And the word is Very good. And how do you spell it? A. Wonderful. Let me get my books again. And let's just see if we can point out the sight words that I just shared with you. See if you can find some on the pages when I hold up a book. Okay? Here's one. There's a mouse in my house. And it says, he gave a whistle and more mice ran through the door. Do you see any of our sight words? Do you see a? Do you see and? Or do you see the, and, or a? Do you see any of the sight words we just introduced today? He gave, there it is. Very good. A whistle. Is it another one? Yes. And. Yes. Any more? The. See? Even if you can't read the entire page, you know a and the. See? Already. You're reading sight words. Isn't that fantastic? Let's try another book and let's see. Let's look at the Hey Boys, It's Time for Bed book and see. Now this book has I'll see a lot of sight words here. Let me see. There's a lot of sight words, but I'm trying to look at the sight words that we just reviewed. And let's see if we can find any. Do you see any? I see one right on the first line. There you have it. The. You see any others? Do you see and? Do you see a? There it is. I see and. And. There's and. Yes. Do you see a? Well, I don't see a, but we see the, and we see and there's another and here. See? So all you have to do is sort of look through books and try to point out the 3 sight words for today. And the. Yes. And you know what's a good activity? You can ask your mommy, daddy, grandma, auntie, or uncle if you can use one of their old magazines. I mean, old magazines that they're not using anymore, or one of the circulars that come in the mail, or, they drop them off from the supermarket to let you know what's on sale at the supermarket. And you get a pencil and ask mommy and dad if you can use the circular or the newspaper or a magazine. And I want you to just take one page with your pencil or a colored pencil, or if mommy and daddy allows you to use a marker, and you sit quietly somewhere and you circle all of the words, the words, and you circle. And then you look and find, seek and find the words, THE, and you circle. And then you look and look to find the and words, and you circle. And before you know it, you will know the, and you'll know how to pronounce it, how to pronounce the words, how to read the words, and how to spell the words. And you're only 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, and you're smart, and your mother and father or grandma and auntie, they're going to say, oh, I'm so impressed with you. And you'll say, thank you. Okay? So now we're going to do a little activity. You remember the poem, Mary Had a Little Lamb? Well, I'm going to do part of the poem. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. Now, I want you to yell out when you see and, the, or as I read the story, right? And when we find and, the, and I'm going to circle, but you got to yell out to make sure that I know that you know the words. You ready? Okay, let me get my handy dandy marker. Here we go. Mary had a lip. Why are you yelling? Do you see a sight word on this page? You see and or the? Well, let's try. Mary had a... Why? Oh, you're yelling out because you see a sight word. Okay, well, let me hear. Mary had a little... So I need to circle. There it is. A, it spells Boy, you are smart. I can't fool you. So Mary had a little lamb. Let me do the second page. Its fleece was white as snow. Do you see any of the sight words that we reviewed today? Do you see and, or the? No. There are sight words on this page, but not the, and. So we're good on this page, right? Its fleece was white as snow. There are sight words, but not the and the and the. Okay. I didn't trick you. Okay. And everywhere that Mary went, why are you yelling? Why are you screaming? And everywhere that Mary went, oh, you see a sight word. I tried to trick you. You see, what's the sight word? Yes, and. How do you spell it? A-N-D. So I need to do what? Put a circle around the sight word. And everywhere that Mary went. Tried to trick you again. It didn't work. And everywhere that Mary went. Here's the last page. The lamb was sure to go. Oh, God. Why are you yelling again? The lamb was sure to go, it says. Oh, you see another sight word. What's the sight word today? The lamb was sure to go. It's the. So we put a circle around the. I tried to trick you, but it didn't work because you're so smart. The. And there are other sight words on here too, like to, and was, and go. But it's okay. We're going to talk about a, and the. So you got them all right. Give yourself a round of applause because you're so smart. Yes. Now I want you to take a listen to my video of Mary Had a Little Lamb. And it's a song that goes with Creative Animations. Mary Had a Little Lamb. Mary had a little lamb. Mary. Oh, I love that song and it just makes me want to move. Did you like that version of Mary Had a Little Lamb? Yes. Okay, well, boys and girls, this concludes this episode of Learning with Miss Nancy. And before I go, remember to tell your family and friends to subscribe to my channel. Until next time, bye-bye. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.